Hey guys, I'm Rainey and today we're going to make a few meals that can easily be reheated throughout the week to make the weeknights go by a little more smoothly. So come on in and let's get started. We're going to make a batch of oatmeal for the week, and then we're going to make barbecue chickpeas, baked potatoes, and then we're going to make hot chicken to put on a salad with goat cheese, and then we're also going to make Mediterranean pasta salad. So to start, we'll start with the baked potatoes, and I went ahead and poked holes in each side of the baked potatoes. And then we're gonna put them in the oven for 25 minutes. The oven's preheated to 450 degrees. Now while those bake, we'll go ahead and get started on our hot chicken recipe. And to do that, I'm gonna take 1 tablespoon of butter and I'm gonna melt it in a cast iron skillet. We'll start with the Mediterranean pasta salad, and to do that we're just going to you can make this with or without chicken, but we're going to add some protein to it so that it will be a complete meal that's already ready to go. So I added some olive oil to the bottom of the pan, and I'm going to grab one of these pieces of chicken and just kind of toss it in the olive oil. From there, I'm going to squeeze in some lemon. Okay, I'm going to squeeze in half of the lemon. I'm gonna do a teaspoon of basil, oregano, parsley, and thyme. So you're just trying to get the seasoning on both sides. Now we're just gonna put this in the oven to bake for 20 minutes. Our butter is finished with our hot chicken. For this, we're only melting this butter so that way it can coat the bottom of the pan so our chicken doesn't stick. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm still working with raw chicken, so I'm not worried about cleaning my area just yet. But I'm gonna grab this chicken that we're gonna use for hot chicken, cut off any weird looking pieces. And for hot chicken, I like to cut it in half because when you have more like surface area, it gets like crunchier and is better. Make sure your chicken's already thawed for hot chicken because it gets crispier that way. So take a wash break. Shred a cup of Parmesan cheese into a bowl and then add a cup of breadcrumbs. That's gonna be the coating for the chicken, so we wanna set that to the side, and we have one more step left. I've got about 1/4 of a cup of sour cream in here, and I'm gonna put the chicken breast in there to coat them with the sour cream because it makes the breadcrumbs stick better. You can also dip them in an egg wash, but I think the sour cream is better. All right, once they're coated, they are ready to be coated with the breading. So I'm just gonna grab it out and make sure my breading is mixed with the cheese well, and then coat each side. So you're just gonna put the chicken in there and kind of push it down. So it should hold onto the breading like that. And then we're ready to put it in the cast iron skillet. And just keep doing this until you've used all the pieces. A cup of panko and a cup of cheese should do a whole pound of chicken breast. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in there. And then I am finished with this. So I'm gonna put this in the oven for, again, 20 minutes. Just to recap, we have our baked potato in the oven with 10 minutes left. We have our Mediterranean chicken in the oven with about 10 minutes left. And we have recently put our hot chicken in the oven with 20 minutes left. For the Mediterranean pasta salad, use 1/4 of a chopped red onion. Oh my gosh, it's terrible. And it's just egg noodle pasta. You can do any kind that you like. It doesn't really matter. I like short ones because I feel like it does a better salad. I'm gonna add about 1/2 cup to 1 cup of sliced Kalamata olives, Greek olives. And then we're gonna add about 4 ounces of feta cheese. And just sprinkle that on top. And then we'll be adding the chicken when it comes out. Okay, it's been 20 minutes, and so our potatoes are ready. We're gonna put some olive oil on them and then just toss that around to coat them. We're gonna also put some salt on the outside and just coat it. And then we're gonna put them back in the oven for about 25 more minutes until they are fully cooked. The Mediterranean chicken has cooked for 20 minutes, so we're just gonna turn it over and put it back in for 20 more minutes. Okay, we have 20 more minutes left on our baked potatoes, so we're gonna go ahead and roast the chickpeas. I'm gonna open the can and rinse them and drain them. Rinsing and draining the chickpeas takes about half the sodium off, so that will help us save some of that unnecessary sodium intake. Spray the baking sheet with nonstick spray and then go ahead and put your chickpeas on it and spread them out evenly. Then just take your favorite barbecue sauce and just drizzle it on top, about a half a cup, and then just make sure the chickpeas are coated. So we're gonna put these back in the oven with the rest of the things we're cooking. Okay, I checked on my potatoes. They're not quite as soft as I want them to be, so I'm gonna put them back in for about 10 more minutes. And there's enough to do in the meantime. While everything else is in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and start on our oatmeal on the stove top. So for that, I've put 4 cups of water in this pot and I'm gonna bring it to a boil on the stove. I always use old-fashioned oats because I like the texture better than quick oats. And when you're storing it for the week, the old-fashioned oats have that thicker, like sturdier consistency, so they don't get quite as mushy throughout the week. To the oatmeal, we'll also add chia seeds. We're gonna do some hemp hearts for good fats. And this particular recipe is gonna be just like a trail mix oatmeal, which is, we have raisins, almonds, walnuts, some dried apples, and some unsweetened coconut. We're gonna put all of that in once it's ready. Add about 2 cups of oatmeal to the boiling water. And then we're gonna add about 1 cup of hemp hearts and about 1/4 of a cup of chia seeds. Once you've stirred it, you can take it off the heat. And then we're gonna add our trail mix. And you can do anything that you want. You can do like raisins and walnuts, almonds, chocolate chips, whatever. And then we're gonna add 4 ounces of goat cheese. This just gives it an extra creamy texture. Add a scoop of vegan protein powder. I'll link the protein powder below. And when you're stirring, if it's just too thick, you can always add water or milk because it is gonna sit all week, and as it sits, it absorbs some of that moisture anyway, so it just gets thicker. So, but this is what it should look like. Oops. But this is what it should look like, and it's ready to go. All we do is store it in a big container for the week, and then they just scoop it out as they need it each morning. And then, Janie, you add like water and milk too, right? If you need to. No. Milk. Because it gets thick during the week, you may need to add some liquid each morning like they do before they heat it up. We have a request for chocolate chips, so we'll add those in. Oh, one more. And our Mediterranean chicken, and we're gonna take our hot chicken out. All we're gonna do with the hot chicken is flip it and put it back in for about 20 more minutes. Let's check on our potatoes while we're at it. Ooh. Yeah, they're much softer now, good. So we got our pasta salad. We've added tomatoes to the top, and something else that would be great, like especially in the summer, would be like fresh basil. But we're gonna take our chicken. And this is just something that's an easy dinner, or maybe a light dinner, or an easy lunch, depending on how your week goes. Feel free to add any greens, serve it on top of spinach, add extra basil, whatever you like. Have it. We'll just take this lemon juice left over from the chicken and just drizzle that on top. When your chickpeas are ready, just go ahead and put them into a bowl. Add some extra barbecue sauce and then just mix it well. For the hot chicken, we've got 1/4 of a cup of butter. We're gonna do a tablespoon of paprika, and paprika doesn't really make it hot, so don't worry about using too much. Cayenne pepper, on the other hand, will make it too hot, so I just wanna use a 1/2 tablespoon there. We used to do a tablespoon. It just depends on what you wanna do, but it's a little too hot. And then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and that helps to balance out the spice. And we're gonna also add some minced garlic. And then just toss the chicken until it's well coated on each side. The sauce should be a good consistency so that it sticks to each side of the chicken. Then you just cut the chicken and you can place it on the salad. And top it off with goat cheese. All right, we'll grab our baked potato, just cut it open. You just kind of lay them. It's kind of like, the idea is like how they would do at a barbecue place. So we'll just cut them open and put them back in the pan. The reason I'm putting them back in here is because you're gonna reheat them later on through the week, so you want them in a reheatable dish. I'm gonna take the roasted chickpeas with barbecue sauce and just put them in the middle. Top it with cheese and jalapenos and really anything that you'd like. You can eat this with a house salad with ranch dressing or extra barbecue sauce, however you wanted to. All right, shall we? Okay, so we have our oatmeal for the week, and then we have the pasta salad. We're gonna, to this pasta salad with the Mediterranean pasta salad with chicken, we're gonna do just a balsamic drizzle on top. And then you could add any other kind of dressing that you wanted instead. That's totally fine. For the hot chicken, we have goat cheese on top, spinach on the bottom, and there are some tomatoes in the bottom as well. And then for the baked potatoes, we have the barbecue roasted chickpeas, some cheese, and jalapenos. You can put sour cream when you're about ready to eat it. We're not gonna do that now because she's gonna reheat it and eat it during the week, but that gives you some options. So overall, she's got breakfast for the week and 3 meals. Be sure to check the description box where I'll post the recipes. And if you get to make these, let us know. We'd love to see what you think. And thanks for coming by and cooking with us.